Hershey's also suffered from some organizational issues at the time it was going through the implementation, not necessarily related to the project itself, but just in general. For example, the company did not have a CIO leading up to the implementation. I think they hired a CIO somewhere along the way during the implementation, but they didn't have one going into the implementation. So they didn't have really strong technical leadership at the time that they started the project. Another challenge is that there was a disconnect between IT and the business. I mentioned a moment ago that there were key business processes that were not considered and baked into the implementation because the IT people were driving the process and they were making decisions without enough input from operations, and they ended up overlooking a really critical part of their business and their operations during seasonal peak times. And lastly, Hershey's didn't appear to have experience or much experience deploying a technology initiative of this magnitude. They had deployed smaller, more isolated, limited technology projects in the past with their legacy systems, but they had never gone through an enterprise-wide implementation, and so they just didn't have that internal competency and experience. And when you combine that with the disconnect between IT and the business and the fact that there's no CIO, that created a perfect storm of organizational issues that contributed to the problem as well.